Welcome, nutrition navigators. You know, the world of food is full of myths and misconceptions. Ever heard that beans are toxic or that bananas are the highest source of potassium? Well, it's time to debunk some food myths. Let's dive in. First off, beans are not toxic. Well, not unless you're eating them raw. Cooked beans are a great source of protein and fiber, so go ahead and enjoy that chili. Now, bananas. Sure, they have potassium, but they're not the highest source. That title goes to the humble potato. So the next time you're low on potassium, you might want to reach for fries instead of a banana. Just kidding. Remember, baked or boiled is healthier than fried. Then we have honey and agave. They're natural, so they're better than sugar, right? Wrong. Your body processes them just like sugar. So moderation is the key, folks. Now let's talk about fat-free foods. They sound healthy, but they often contain extra sugar or salt to make up for the lack of fat. So don't be fooled by the fat-free label. And finally, fruit versus candy. Yes, fruit has sugar, but it also has fiber and nutrients that candy lacks. So while an apple might not keep the doctor away, it's definitely a better snack choice than a candy bar. So remember, not all food facts you hear are true. Now let's move on to some real nutrition facts. Now that we've busted those myths, it's time to delve into some real nutrition facts. First up, breakfast. You've probably heard it touted as the most important meal of the day. But guess what? It's not necessarily so. You see, the importance of breakfast is not universal. It depends on your individual needs and lifestyle. If you're an early riser and feel hungry in the morning, by all means, enjoy a balanced breakfast. But if you're not a morning person and don't feel hungry until later, that's okay too. Listen to your body's cues. Moving on to water intake. The common advice is to guzzle down 8 glasses a day. But here's the kicker. Water intake is not a one-size-fits-all deal. It depends on factors like your age, weight, activity level, and even the climate you live in. So instead of counting glasses, focus on drinking enough to quench your thirst and keep your body well hydrated. Now let's talk about lactose intolerance. It's often assumed that if you're lactose intolerant, cheese is off the menu. But surprise! Many cheeses, especially aged ones like cheddar and Swiss, have low lactose levels and can be enjoyed by lactose-intolerant folks. But remember, everyone's tolerance level is different, so it's best to start with small amounts. Next up, red wine and heart health. While some studies suggest a glass of red wine may be heart healthy, it's not a magic potion. In fact, excessive alcohol consumption, including wine, can have harmful effects on your heart and overall health. So if you enjoy a glass of wine, do so in moderation. Lastly, let's talk about frozen produce. Often seen as the less healthy cousin of fresh produce, frozen fruits and veggies are actually packed with nutrients. In fact, because they're frozen soon after being harvested, they can sometimes retain more nutrients than fresh produce that's been sitting around. So, don't shy away from the freezer aisle. Wow, who knew nutrition could be so fascinating? But wait, there's more. Ready for more nutrition facts? Let's dive right in. First up, milk. It's not the only source of strong bones. You heard it right. Foods rich in vitamin D and calcium like fish, leafy greens, and fortified cereals can also help you build strong bones. Who knew, right? Now, let's talk probiotics. They aren't for everyone. While they can be beneficial for some, they might not have the same effect on others. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation, so it's always best to consult with a healthcare professional. An apple a day keeps the doctor away? Not necessarily. While apples are nutritious, they alone can't fulfill all your nutritional needs. You need a variety of fruits and vegetables for a balanced diet. Next, food cravings. They aren't always nutritional signals. Sometimes you might just be bored or stressed. So before you reach for that chocolate bar, maybe try a walk around the block? Now, let's bust a big one. Gluten doesn't need to be avoided by everyone. Unless you have celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity, whole grain bread can be part of a healthy diet. Potatoes, especially white ones, are often villainized. But guess what? They are actually nutritious. They provide various minerals and vitamins that are essential for your body. Activated charcoal as a superfood? Not quite. There's no scientific evidence that it detoxes your body. So you might want to rethink that charcoal lemonade. Next up, meat. It isn't necessary for a balanced diet. You can get your protein from plant-based sources like lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa. So, vegetarians and vegans, rejoice. Eating late isn't inherently bad. It's more about what and how much you eat than when you eat. So, late-night snackers, you're off the hook. Finally, beans. They can cause digestive issues, but only when you're not used to them. Gradually adding them to your diet can help your body adjust. So, now you know a little more about the food you eat every day. But before we wrap up, let's tackle a few more myths. Before we say goodbye, let's bust a few more food myths. Natural sugar isn't significantly better than its refined counterpart, and fat-free isn't synonymous with healthy. Fresh produce is great, but it's not always superior or accessible. Dairy is a good source of calcium, but it's not the sole source. Probiotics can be beneficial, but their effects vary. A diverse diet trumps any single food's benefits. Emotional eating isn't always about hunger, and gluten-free isn't a universal health improvement. Potatoes are nutritious, and contrary to popular belief, alcohol, including wine, doesn't promote heart health. And there you have it, folks. We've navigated through the maze of food myths and nutrition facts. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to what you eat. Thank you for joining us on this tasty journey. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button right now to let YouTube know this content is appreciated. That will help get this content out to those who may need it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more myth-busting and fact-finding adventures. This is your Nutrition Navigator signing off.